is Geeks Assemble, who is the owner of this channel. So there we go. And then me, William Who, I'm the guest. And yeah, we're just doing a casual Doctor Who stream. Just going to talk about Doctor Who for a little while. It is a bit messy because this took us ages, like an hour and a half to set up to get it to work. But we're here now, so hopefully it's fine. But yeah, how are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. We've basically finally learned how to go live on YouTube.
Finally,
Brilliant.
it took us ages.
But yeah, I've just come back from London Comic Con. That was great. That was fun. And yeah, I'm just enjoying my day off.
How was LFCC? Was it good? I know you met like Karen Gillan and stuff.
Yeah. So basically, it was quite hectic in scenarios because Karen was meant to do the Saturday and the Sunday, but now she's only doing one day, so double the thing.
Yeah, I heard that she got cancelled on the Sunday, so then everybody had to get moved to the Saturday.
Yeah, we only had one hall as well, so instead of two halls, it was only one. But there weren't much to do, like there weren't much stalls there, so it was just literally queuing for guests is the only entertainment.
Nothing else. Was Doctor Who there with like a panel, not a panel, but like stuff to sell and all that? Because I know they did that earlier in the year. I don't know about this one.
Had a few stalls at the Comic Con, but not much. They had about 3 stages, small ones, and yeah, it was kind of chaotic a bit, to be fair. But then I went straight from looking around the place to I was trying to buy. I was on a dog. I saved 2 weeks worth of wages. Not going to tell you how much that is, but I saved 2 weeks worth of wages. I wanted a life-size Chucky doll for TikTok videos. Couldn't find it. I seen this. I was like, I'll be back. I'm just gonna have a look around for that doll first. I had a look around. Didn't have one. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this before someone buys it. They're showing me authenticity. And I managed to get the first Doctor, second Doctor, and third Doctor's autographs. Now, I don't know about the lighting. Are you going to see it properly?
I can kind of see it, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
They've been put on a piece of paper, of course, and stuck on to make it cool, I guess. But yeah, I now have 3 sadly past Doctors, but it's a lovely to have to the collection. Then I went to Karen.
Because it was quite expensive, wasn't it? That photo, the autographs.
Yeah, they have loads of stores. They had shooties there for £75, and
was that his autograph?
Yeah,
that's not too bad, I suppose. Isn't it?
Price for when you meet Jodie at Comic Con. So I was tempted to that. Like, no, get this or get this while you can.
Yeah, because you can't actually get their autographs in person now. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Then we went to the photo shoots to meet Karen Gillan, and they had the 2 minutes silence for the obviously what they're meant to do today as well for the 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
And everyone was quiet.
The cat there.
Everyone was quiet. It was dead quiet. It's so odd because there's thousands of people in this event. It's just gone, and we're just silent, and no one's moving. It's just I'm looking around, going, "Whoa!" And then we jumped on with Karen Gillan's photos, and I had 2, and these were the 2 I managed to get. I don't know the camera's showing it properly, but the first one,
yeah, you can see it.
And the second one, yeah, I now have a Sonic that's held by Matt Smith and Karen Gillan. That's cool, and
that's really cool.
Yeah, it was just nice. She took her time. She was very busy, but she took it first because I got
back. The video you sent me, yeah, she looked very took her time to chat to you a bit and not just rush you through.
She had security. She had 4 or 5 people around, around her such. And this guy was checking my Sonic to make sure it's not a knife.
not anything deadly.
Can I have a look at that? I put the Matt Smith on. Oh, he's like,
quite funny.
And I was like, yeah, can we have 2 photos? Yeah, sure. Put my arm around her, and then we had the Sonic. And I said, it's really amazing to meet you. Have a great day. And then we went on. And then I had kind of after, literally 5 seconds after, I had to race over to the other booth to meet the Emperor of Star Wars.
Oh, that's really cool. I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
As though I've met him, I know I just know him as Palpatine, the Emperor.
Yeah,
I just like
Star Wars films.
Enjoyed him, so I don't know the actor's name, so that's really bad of me meeting him for that. But
I've got no idea.
I was like, really enjoyed you as the Emperor. He's like, oh, thank you, yeah, very good. And we had it's going to turn out great. So I had a little interaction with him, so that was cool. And then I decided I've got about 3 hours gap. What do I do? From 12 o'clock till 2:20, I was waiting in the queue for Karen Gillan to sign my picture. It took that long. We were queuing for ages. I finally managed to do it. Obviously, my videos on TikTok, I'm planning on putting it on YouTube and doing a video as well. So, yeah, I asked a favourite villain, and I said, I was 10 years old exactly when the 11th hour come out. It was come out on my birthday, and now I'm 23. And it's like, oh my God, where's the time?
I've seen that, yeah. I've seen her mention that. It's been such a long time ago. Feels like yesterday.
And I met Troy from the Who's There?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
I've met him once before, but it was really brief. I was too busy. I couldn't really have proper time to talk to him, but he was really nice this time round. So that was fun. And then I went to Derek Jacobi, and I just was ready to go, I think, after that. So I thought I'll put this all on a piece of paper instead of on the photo. And he's like, where's Wally? He was at the autographs and then went. And then everyone was looking. And he come back and he did the autograph. And I had a video I secretly recorded talking to him, saying about the Masters role and stuff.
Yeah.
And to the photo shoot. And he was gone again. They had 5 people. Security were looking for him. It's like, where's he gone? We can't find him. So they checked the other photo booth. And literally, he's like, where's Wally? And then when he finally turns up, he's got about a load of people and an hour slot to do this. So he's doing his best, but another master to add to the collection.
Another one added on. How many masters have you met now?
Can I turn this around? This is a bit different.
It's working, yeah.
Okay, we've got TV Movie Master, John Sim, Michelle Gomez, and Fesha, and now Sir Derek Jacobi. But I think there's one more. They're one of the classic masters still out there. I haven't met, but yeah, I've kind of met all the ones.
All the new ones, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So that was great. Got that done, and then I just was ready to go. So yeah, that was really it. It was quite hectic, but the celebrities made it worthwhile, and it was fun. So yeah, that was it really.
They always sound like a lot of fun, these events. Was Crispy Pro there as well? Did you see him? Because I know he was in the UK, but I don't know if he went to that event.
Briefly spoke to Troy, and he said he was doing something else. I don't know what. He said he's doing.
Right, so not for LFCC, right?
I guess he's on something or another. So yeah, it's interesting. I was like, I did think I'm in the same city as Crispy Pro at the moment.
Royalty, yeah.
London as well, you know. So yeah, that was cool. But yeah.
Was the event affected by the protests and stuff, or was that all kind of separate? I've got no idea where it was in London.
The person who dropped me off, he went off to do something else because he doesn't do this. So he said he was absolutely mobbed full of people in the streets protesting and stuff like that. I think the trains were on strike and stuff, and I didn't do any of that. So yeah, I just doing my own thing, but he definitely saw it all when he was doing his old bits around London. Apparently, there's a lot of difficulty there.
I was wondering if the event would be affected by it or not, or if it would kind of stay clear.
I think Karen, or I didn't see the Game of Thrones actor that is Jon Snow, I think it is. He might have been the popular, but I don't have a clue where he was. But I would imagine him and Karen Gillan were definitely the big actors out there. Everyone else had certain different stalls, but she had her own little booth. So you had to go in the booth to do it. And I obviously record talking to him. So I put my phone there. I'm just like, the security guard's looking.
Just hide it, just like nothing to see here.
Yeah, I'm just recording the event. You pay so much money. I want to capture this moment. So
if it's that expensive, then yeah, I would do the same as long as you're not causing any harm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they said something offensive, I probably wouldn't put it out there, but I still have it
Yeah,
for
if it was like went bad or something. Oh,
But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to catch them out or anything. I want
yeah.
to catch them out. 50 years time, someone's going to say that was fake. You did see AI or whatever it is these days. It's not. I met them. I promise.
At least then you can be like, look, here is the actual evidence. I did actually meet these people.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. Yeah, they're going to like that's Photoshop. Your videos are AI.
Never met them.
But anyway.
So I guess we'll talk about now that obviously the 60th anniversary, because we're now less than 2 weeks away, which is pretty crazy. So I guess the first question would be, how have you found the build up to these specials? Have you been enjoying the kind of marketing and stuff they've been doing and all that sort of stuff?
Like I've lived a lifetime since David and Catherine have been announced because I was doing a different job back then, and
Yeah,
I've been for apparently a year and a half now. I've also left that job, come to a different one, and then come back to this one. So I feel like I've done a lot in the space of this time.
yeah.
I feel like it's been forever. It feels like it's not real. It's not coming. But the trailers definitely remind you. I'm like, there's a trailer out today. I'm not going to be.
Yeah.
But then the trailers get me hyped again, and I'm like, oh my god, yes, this is actually happening.
Getting closer and closer.
Really, it's going to real hit when we get the Children Needs special this Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, Friday night we get that, whatever that's going to be. I'm quite curious to see.
Yeah. What about you?
I found it really good. I found the hype's been really, like, we're getting new stuff every day, if that's promotional images or, they're talking about it in the press or whatever. And yeah, I'm really excited. It's kind of crazy when you think about it that we've got less than 2 weeks now. Like, it's felt like a very long time, but we're nearly there. And hopefully, this is the last gap year for a long time now, because yeah, I'm kind of fed up with these gap years. They really are a pain, Doctor Who fans, to get through.
It is insane the fact that we just like waited over a year. Like Jodie's come out in
Yeah,
October, so we've waited over a
13
year
months.
for these 3 specials. But it's going to feel. I know we're only getting 8 episodes for Shooty, but I'm going to feel like got 3 here. Got a Christmas one. That's 4. Then 8 surely early 2024. So it's going to
Yeah.
feel the rough normal 10 anyway. I think we're going to feel it more later on. I think so. It's going to feel more like we had our normal amount anyway. I think this year. I think.
And I think going forward, hopefully we won't get any more gap years, and it'll be a lot more Doctor Who basically every few months. And then, yeah, I'm sure it'll feel a lot better than all these gaps we've been getting recently of 13 months and all that, which has been very difficult. Not the end of the world, but very difficult to get through.
Yeah, it's just like forever feeling like it's never going to come. But in 2 weeks, it's
Exactly.
happening. I was a bit nervous of them releasing the press of the first episode. I'm glad it's just the first episode. I was a bit nervous in case any spoilers, but
Yeah.
I've just heard good. I've heard apparently the Sixth Doctor. I didn't see him at the event, but apparently said. So I just seen a TikTok of someone recording, him talking about the 60th and saying he was going into it like, oh, they might ruin it, Then he watched it and he was amazed by it, and he was talking about Beat the Meat bit and how good that was. So I've heard the Sixth Doctor was impressed, and I think
And
the classic Doctors don't watch much Doctor Who, so yeah.
yeah, because I seen that interview as well, and I think Colin was talking about the budget of Doctor Who and being like, if it's too much, they can basically ruin Doctor Who because its charm is it has to save money, and that's kind of how it is. But yeah, he said it's not been a problem. They've spent it well, and going forward, he said he really enjoyed it. And I guess on that note, what is your kind of expectations for the first special, the Starbase? So this will be the first one with obviously Beat the Meat, Wrath Warriors, all that going on.
I feel like the tone's going to be like Partners in Crime. I feel like that's the vibe I'm going to get out of it, like that
Yeah,
uplifting, not too serious thing. But I also feel like the publicity for that is mainly been that episode. So I feel like a lot has been spoiled. And if you know the story of the comic
yeah.
too much, like that the twist already, and there will be a twist in it. But so I feel like I know what's coming, but I'm still gonna enjoy it. It's like a show you enjoy has just been spoiled,
Yeah.
but
Still gonna enjoy it.
yeah. What about you? How are you finding the first episode?
I'm really excited for it. I think the impression I'm getting is it's just going to be a fun. I don't think it's going to be anything deep or anything like that. I think it'll just be like you said, Partners in Crime is a perfect example. It's going to be something easygoing. You can, I think Russell said a few days ago, it's going to be like a bank holiday family film. It's just going to be a lot of fun, funny monster with Beat the Meat, nothing too serious, so new viewers can kind of just jump into it, don't have to worry about the plot. And yeah, I think Beat the Meat. I haven't read the comic. I don't know. Have you read the comic before? I haven't. I've kind of stayed away from it.
Because the 60th has been such a year gap, and you just want some info.
Yeah.
I've seen YouTubers go, "This is what happens in the comic." I haven't
I've
read
seen
the comic.
that. Yeah. I know what happens roughly in it. I know that it's going to be a twist, being the villain and all that, but I don't know everything. So I'm excited for it, but I think it's going to be nothing too serious. I'm not expecting to go into it and we're going to get all these kind of like plot stuff going on. I think it's just going to be very easy going.
Yeah, I think I just expect. Come on, guy.
Cat take over the stream.
I think that obviously I was expecting him to be this size. I'm surprised at how big he is in the.
I'd seen the promotional images. He's quite big. I thought he'd have been like, about the size of a cat, really.
Yeah, I think hearing Donna chasing him in the kitchen and stuff like that is it's funny. Yeah, hearing about the promotion of this story, but I don't want too much more of that story just because we've had so much of. However, I feel like it's going to be Donna and 10, Donna and 14 meet.
14, yeah.
Explain Donna's memory and go. I want it to be real quick. I know it's a big thing. Why is 14 got his face back? But I feel like I don't want that to ruin the story or take too much from it. I want us to go. Let's go. We want these adventures, So yeah.
We got a comment as well. Someone said you've got a nice cat. There we go. I just see it now pop up.
Thank you. I got two somewhere, so you might see the other one.
But yeah, I'm on agreeing with you. I think that the first special is just going to be something. I don't think we're going to get much explanation for like the 14th Doctor yet. I think we'll get him saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have this face. What's went wrong?" Something like that. But I think it's going to be probably the third special before we actually find out what is going on here. I don't think they're going to address it much in this one because, I think they're just going to keep it very easy going.
Yeah, I think I hope we kind of get a little nod to the comic. I haven't read the comic. I know we land on Skara or going to Skara.
Yeah, that's right at the end of the comic. Yeah,
Daleks, but that's all I know really about the comic. I all I need to know is 14 had with the Daleks. That's all I kind of with that.
So I guess moving on to the second special, this is the one that everyone talks about the most because it's so mysterious. So what are you expecting from Wild Blue Yonder? Because we literally know nothing about this episode. Well, hardly anything about it.
It looks like it's closed off.
Yeah.
Interesting. It doesn't look like there's going to be much characters there, but I feel like I think there's going to be memories. I think there's going to be visions or stuff because this isn't a spoiler, by the way, but I used to read Titan Comics, and the toy faced off with Clara and the 12th Doctor. And there was a scene where the 12th Doctor got a letter off Susan or someone to come to this thing. It was a trap, of course. We have Captain Jack, Brigadier, all these characters around him, sort of thing. And it was just a trap. I feel like we're going to get that in a way, but I don't think the Toymaker will be. I think he'll be present or maybe causing Beat the Meat or causing this, but I think he won't be the main villain because, Confused Adipose. I don't read the synopsises, but he said villains, and he created.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And that made me go, oh, hopefully we get the Master. Hopefully, but that's so much potential this episode can have. I'm excited for that aspect, really.
Because I know over the last few days, I'm not really sure the origins of this, but I know John Sim, I don't know if you've seen this, but John Sim's been heavily rumoured for this story. I don't know how he's really rumoured. I think it was Gallifrey Base or something, but that would be interesting to see John Sim back. That's very unexpected, but anything is possible with this episode.
I have against that. I heard all the and I'm really up for it, but long ago when the toy maker got announced, the actor who's playing him, the best villain of the year, best villain of Doctor Who ever, and then John Sim put best villain ever is a cheeky thing, and he's like, well, and Russell went of the year.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I feel like that takes him out because obviously I don't want to offend John Sim, but maybe it's just a hush thing. I don't know, but I would love that. I would love John Sim to appear in some way or form. Or is this just a case to see 10 face a different master or something like that? I don't know. There's so much potential here. I'm mainly excited to see Wilf back, who's been hidden. He's been hidden away.
I do hope, yeah. I'm not sure I'm pretty sure Wilf is still going to be involved. I'm just not sure what episode it's going to be. I presume it'll be episode 1, probably somewhere. But it'll be really nice to see Wilf. One, obviously, it'll be for the final time, which is a huge shame. But it'll be really nice, even if he's just in episode 5-10 minutes, just to see him again on screen, give Wilf a really nice send off, bit of a tribute to the late Bernard Cribbins, which is definitely deserved. So I'm kind of happy they managed to film something. I'll just be interested in how that's added into the episode, because obviously we know from the looks at it wasn't David Tennant said in the past they didn't manage to film everything they wanted to. So it'll be interesting to see how it's edited in, but hopefully they're able to do it. I'm pretty sure, because I haven't said he's been cut or anything, so I'm sure he's still involved.
I know Rachel Talley said that he's going to be.
Yeah, I did that at one stage.
I just remember him being pushed into the TARDIS with David.
Yeah, the wheelchair.
I don't know how they're going to do that because I think the TARDIS was built after, so maybe he gets teleported away, or you know, like William Hartnell. I know this is a cop out in a way. You know how William Hartnell is meant to be, his face was meant to be changed in Patrick Troughton or a different. But maybe they're going to do that with Wilf. His face gets changed with a different actor, and that's it.
Because maybe. I'm pretty sure as well on that day there was a Bernard Cribbins stand-in. I think there was like a lookalike kind of person. So maybe that's why. Maybe it's kind of like they weren't able to film all of it, but they've kind of got a stand-in to kind of try and make it look as much as they can. It's not ideal, but I'm just happy to get something with Bernard Cribbins. He definitely deserves a tribute in this episode, or one of them at some point.
We've seen William Hartnell transform into David Bradley in the Twice Upon a Time thing. You can do that effect to make it work, but obviously we want Bernard. We're going to be like, he's not Willie, he's not the Wilf. But it's the best they can do in this scenario, and maybe that's the way they're going to do it. I don't know.
Exactly, it's either that or nothing. I would rather we get, even if it's just 5 minutes of screen time, I'd be happy with that. Just a bit of a tribute. And yeah, you're right. They could just say the toy maker is messing around with his face, and that's why he's got a different face. They could say something like that and wing it. Really,
this just come in my head. It's like I think you saw the reaction. I just thought maybe that would be a way of explaining the 14th Doctor's face. You know, it's like he just changes Will's face, and Donna's like, "Granddad," and then the Doctor's like, "What have you done?" And then it's just like, "Well, how did you think you got your face?" You know, and that's just a little one-liner gone. So
like you say, it's a bit of a cop-out, but it works because we all know the circumstances anyway, so we can all kind of be like, yeah, well, we get it, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but obviously Susan as well is a hype, and there's 3 guests, so yeah.
I'm hoping Susan comes back. I've been saying that for ages, but I think it's because Caroline Ford was in the first ever story, so bringing her back now is that's the perfect way to celebrate the anniversary. And it's someone from the Doctor's family. We hardly ever get that. I think the last time that really only happened was Jenny, the Doctor's daughter. But apart from that, the Doctor doesn't really meet anyone. Well, I guess you can count Tectoon from Flux as well, but that's pretty forgettable. But in the long term, we haven't really seen the Doctor meet anyone from their family very often.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're gonna. I don't know. I think their reaction would be good. Like 10 would be a super fan. He would not be acting. You know, when he meets Sarah and his face is full of grin. I think you would just see that of the actor as well because he's a fan. Yeah. Just be great to see. Obviously, I think they missed it with Peter Capaldi there, but David, I think it's another step. We should see Susan and David. That would be so cool.
And I don't know if you've seen it, but Caroline Ford was actually at the premiere for the Starbase. She was there, and someone noticed everyone else that was at the premiere had been in Tales of the TARDIS, and Caroline Ford was the only actor there who hasn't been in anything 60th anniversary related, which is strange because why is she there but everybody else has been involved. She hasn't, which makes you think: is it because she's actually in these specials at some stage, hence her involvement?
That, but also the niggle of me says it's the color. She's in the color.
The characterization. They could have, because they've said to film new scenes, so they could add her to the new Daleks colorization. It could be that, but kind of hoping it's a specials just because this is perfect timing and it's overdue. This should have been done a long time ago with Peter Capaldi, like you said.
Even if she passes on the torch after this, it would be nice on the 60th sort of vibe. It'd be the same thing with Wilf. We've got her now. We finally had it. They can continue the character if they want with a different actor, but we finally got her back, and that would be brilliant to see. Even the writing, Russell's writing, it would just work. I mean, he brought Mel back, not particularly a popular one, but I feel like she will be as soon as Russell's got his hands on her. Writing.
On another note, something that has been confirmed for Wild Blue Yonder, which has been controversial on social media, is the Timeless Child, because Russell has said there will be a Timeless Child mention and a Fox mention in this story. So what is your kind of thoughts on that? Are you happy they're kind of at least going to make a nod to it? Because I know a lot of fans want it to be retconned and all that kind of stuff.
I feel strongly with the fact that Russell doesn't have to continue on Chris's writing. He's a different actor. I feel like fans want the explanation. They want the change or stuff. But then he is friends with Chris Chibnall, and it wouldn't feel it's cheating out of this fan, Chris Chibnall's, all his work in the show. Just I feel like Chris didn't get the chance to explain what the flux. It just it was a big ball of thing that got sucked in and away. Yeah, but what was the consequences of flux? It destroyed so many planets. It got reversed, but we didn't see that on screen. And
we still don't know what happened to the universe. No, still no one knows what happened to that universe.
The Donna's family going, there was like spud potatoes all around the place. These. I can get a reference like that and be like, okay, so it's still canon then. It still happened. I don't think we're going to get an explanation of what happened, But the Timeless Child will be interesting because obviously it's still in the Doctor's head. But it'd be interesting to see how David takes on that bit, because we've seen Jodie's take on it. But I feel like it isn't Russell's responsibility. And if he don't want to pick up the fob watch that was left in the TARDIS, then yeah. What about you, though? How do you feel on this?
I think it'll definitely just be subtle mentions. I can't see them continuing exploring the Doctor's memory, because I mean that's kind of over now. That was kind of like Jodie's arc. We had 3 seasons of that. Whether people liked it or not, that's done. So I feel like it'll just be something like the Doctor saying to Donna, "I found all these memories I didn't know about." Something simple, a simple line, and I don't think we'll get much more than that. I think it will just be a mention. I don't know about Flux though. Flux, maybe they'll try and explain the universe, because we still don't know what's happened. So maybe that's kind of like Russell saying this is what happened to it. But apart from that, I kind of much agree with you. I don't think it'll be anything hard going. I think it'll just be a little mention, because the Timeless Child is pretty much done now. It's still canon, but I don't think there's much more you can do with it unless you start exploring the Doctor's history. But then new viewers wouldn't understand what's going on, so I can't see them going that far with it.
This is a little side thing, but we've seen Tectum be in the middle of the universes. There's one universe. Would you have wanted them to have scrapped our old universe and be put into the new one to see new things, or would you rather them still continue on?
I mean, they could technically do that, because obviously we now know that Series 14 is going to be called Season 1. That's what it's officially going to be called. I didn't even think of that, but that's a good point. They could use that as explanation to be like, we're in the new universe now. This is why it's called Season 1. And let's go in the new universe. How I'd feel of that, I don't know, because then it would leave questions like, we know Mel's coming back, for example, in the next series. So how would that work? If this is a different universe, is it like a parallel universe, and Mel still has met the Doctor in this one? It feels really confusing. So I don't know how they would do it. It would depend on the context. Like, how would this universe work? What do you think of it? Would you like that idea?
like I said, it would prevent you from bringing back characters, and I'm assuming nostalgia. So I guess stick in that universe, but I would have wanted to maybe go that way. I mean, I'm sure in that universe there would have been a Cybermen created in that universe. It's always going to happen sort of scenario maybe, but like, yeah, I don't know. To be fair, I didn't have an answer to my own question.
It would work if it was like a parallel and they were kind of like everything that happened in our universe still happened in theirs, but then it becomes really complicated because you're going into really weird territory with it.
There was a thing that the Seventh Doctor said that this is why I'm old now, because I never in that one. There's different time streams and stuff. So is that going to play into, because it's a big thing at the moment, different timelines, different things and stuff. Is Russell going to play upon that? And this is a different version of the Seventh Doctor in a different timeline? I don't know how they're going to,
Another rumour that's going around, have you heard about the split regeneration rumour? I'm guessing you probably have.
From your channel, yeah.
Yeah, well, I talked about it ages ago, but yeah, that rumour that the Doctor's going to be like 14 is going to stay as 14, and then the regeneration grows another Doctor who becomes Shooty, really complicated. What would you think of that idea? Because I still think that's a very deep possibility. I don't like the idea, but I think it's a possibility that I'm kind of preparing for.
The same vibe as Hellbent, where Clara's diner and the 10th Doctor and the other Doctor is going to be that vibe again. It's going to be like, but no, it's going to also be more damaging actually, because that means the 14th Doctor was like he was still in that. Doctors change into him. He was that. If we see him, it's Shooty separate out of him, then that's not continuing on with the one we had. That's making, I don't know, Shooty the Doctor's kid or something. You know, it's another part of the Doctor, but it's not all of what we've seen him before. It's definitely gonna make it like, oh, so he's not really the Doctor or something like that. It's gonna make it fans more upward. I think it's only gonna work if they connect it like later on down the line, where David comes back again and to come one. You know, I think that's not what, I don't know what Russell's playing with that. I hope it's not true, to be fair. But if it is, I'm willing to accept it. More David Tennant. But I don't know. That's a bit of a. I think you should just continue with a regeneration in the end. I would like the face changing though. I would like Matt to come up somehow. I would like.
Of course, I love to see Matt back.
But
I'm pretty much the same opinion as you. I think it would be a very controversial idea, and I could see why they would maybe do it to kind of explain the seasons change, to be like, this is a new Doctor, this is a new beginning. But you don't really need to do that, because regeneration does that anyway. It's always a new Doctor, new beginning. You don't really need to make another physical Doctor just because reasons. It doesn't really make much sense. It would only really work if, like you say, they come together later on down the line. But then that means David Tennant's going to come back, and I'm not really sure you need that. I feel like the new era needs to focus on Shooty, not David Tennant returning again.
Is it just so he's showing season 1, new Doctor, this is everything new now. You don't need to think about that. But then you do want that nostalgia. You do want the connection as a fan. But obviously for a new person, okay, this is a new body, this is a new thing, but it's like, okay, yeah, but like, what about this that's been following, you know?
And he's still going to be called the 15th Doctor anyway, so even unless they're going to call him the first Doctor, which feels very unlikely, it just doesn't make any sense why they would do it.
You could just see Shooty Gatwa takes over William Hartnell.
We don't need that again. That's even worse. It just gives everyone a headache, and then we have to deal with everyone complaining, and I'm just like, it would be much easier to just have a regeneration as normal. Or I guess the way they could do it is cull 14 off. So maybe say the 14th Doctor sacrifices himself to save Donna. That would maybe make it work, because then 14's dead. But again, I still don't know if we really need to do that.
Has Shooty, has Russell called, I know he's called David Tennant the 14th Doctor. He is. Has he said that for Shooty? Has he ever said he is the 15th Doctor?
I think he has. I've read a few interviews, and I think he said at the concert as well. he introduced like the Doctor's theme as 15. So I think he actually has been smart to actually call him that. Well, before they just called him the new Doctor. They were very sly about it. But I think this time they've actually called him 15. So I can't see him be called the first Doctor. I don't think they would do that. Not after everything that's happened in the past. It just gets fans complaining again.
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess finally, let's talk about the giggle. So the third special. So what's your expectations for this one, the final one of the trilogy?
We've seen quite a lot of publicity for this as well. I hope we have. It's not a lot, but apparently it's fast paced. I've heard somewhere it's fast paced. So hopefully we haven't seen that much of it. And another cat has appeared. The giggle. I hope. I can't see Donna dying or whatever. He says it's going to be a tragic death. Russell lies. I don't think it's going to be like that. But I think it's going to be epic. I always love a regeneration story, and I'm going to take it as the giggle is a regeneration story. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Toymaker's so strong and powerful. It's going to be. I've seen them fighting in the streets. So I just excited. I'm excited for that. I think that's my one. I'm actually excited for. Everyone's excited. Number 2. I'm actually excited about number 3.
Yeah. I would say I'm the exact same. This is the one I'm most excited for, mostly because of Neil Patrick Harris, because I've seen him before in How I Met Your Mother and stuff. He's a great actor, and I think he's a great choice to play the Toymaker because I can find him bringing a lot of energy to the role, and I think it is going to be pure chaos. Like Russell has said, this episode is absolute mad. It is just going to be pure chaos, and I really can't wait to see what the Toymaker's going to do and kind of what the reason is that the 14th Doctor is David Tennant again. I'm sure that'll get explained in this one, and obviously find out what's going on with the regeneration. How is Shooty going to be introduced? Is he going to be introduced here? Is he going to be introduced earlier? I'm very excited to find out.
We've seen Donna's daughter has filmed with Shooty have been offset for another series. Would you, I'd be happy if this is Donna's end in a way, like she has a happy ending. I feel like she's gonna I've had my time with you, Doctor. I love it, but I feel like that would be her done. But her we see adventures with her daughter. I would be up for, but I don't know how it's going to be left as such. But I feel like maybe we might see more of the the Nan. Is it the Nan? I think it's the Nan. Yeah, it's the Nan. And Rose. I think we're going to see more of them than Donna continuing on, because I know they're going to continue the Donna family and somehow as well.
What do you think will happen to Donna in the story? Do you think they'll kill her off? Because Russell has been teasing that she's going to have a sad ending. Do you think they'll go that far to actually kill her off? Or do you think it'll just be she stops traveling with the Doctor and that's it?
I think Doctor headbutt. No.
That's the end on credits.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she's just gonna say, you know what, Doctor, I think Wilf might actually pass away on screen. I think that's gonna be like I wasn't there for him at the end. So I think it's gonna be like putting her down to earth and going, these adventures are fun, but I'm missing out on my family life. And I think that's gonna persuade that way. I also think if they were to use his passing in the story, it would also persuade 14 to move on as well. Instead of, I don't want to go, it's going to be, if Wilf can do it, then I can. I feel like maybe, but if it's not going to be written that way, I think either way, Donna's going to choose her family, either the Doctor. I think that's going to the scenario will be.
I agree. I think that, especially since Rose has got a daughter now, she could just be like, yeah, I miss these days traveling with the Doctor. I loved it. But, it's time. I've got to kind of settle down now. It could be kind of Donna realizing she doesn't need that life to kind of be happy. She can have her life already. And she's just kind of happy I got the memories back. And now she can move on, enjoy her past. But yeah, because she's got a daughter and stuff. So I doubt she would kind of want to start traveling with the Doctor again full time anyway.
Yeah, true. Would you want the Toymaker? There's rumors of the Toymaker being that woman who's making everyone sing in an episode or something? Do you think that could be
Jinx Masoon?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be the same character. I think Jinx Masoon will play another villain. I can't see the Toymaker staying around, but I could be wrong. We could see that like a regeneration take place. I find it unlikely, but it's not impossible. Anything can happen.
Because Russell said I don't want the Daleks anymore. Yeah, we're expecting them to show up in the Children Needs
the finale next year, apparently.
Do you think, because he's doing that, do you think we won't see the Master anytime soon? So he's trying to create a new one, or do you think we won't see the Cybermen or anything like that?
Well, Russell said we won't see the Daleks and Cybermen for a while. I'm not sure if I believe him because they're currently rumoured for Children Need. They're then rumoured for the finale next year. So I'm not sure. I can't see the Cybermen popping up for a while. I think they'll definitely need a break. I don't think they'll be in Series 14. And the Master, there's obviously the John Sim rumours, but I don't know how much you can read into that because it is Gallifrey based, and I haven't really seen anything credible so far. But if the Master comes back as John Sim, I wouldn't mind that. Maybe they'll regenerate him into another female Master, maybe, because I'm sure we've said before we would like to see like Jodie Comer as the Master. She would be really good. I don't think it'll happen, but another female Master one day would be good.
I can imagine someone from Sex Education popping on.
Yeah.
I struggled with the Barbie movie so bad, by the way, but I think Shooty was. But the woman.
Did you not like it?
Watched 30 minutes of it. And I put a TikTok out. It blew up 2K views. I had like loads of people comment, how can you like this? How can you review something you've only watched 30 minutes? I had to turn it off. Struggling.
I really enjoyed it. It's not perfect. It's not like kind of for us, but I kind of like found it fun. But it's definitely not. We're not like the target audience.
Forcing myself to get to the real world because I thought it would change it up, and I was like, no. And I turned a nice woman who's potentially in not this Christmas special, but the next. I recognise her from the Barbie movie and Dairy Girls, and she's in a way. People expecting her to be the new companion, I've heard. I think Millie's going to be in it. I just think, it's just going to take some time. Like we might have a one-off guest because Christmas specials tend to be one-off
guest companions.
So I think
because Russell said in Doctor Who magazine that Shooty and a very special guest have been like practicing for the series. So I'm presuming that's the person from Dairy Girls, Nick Clare, I think her name is. So I'd imagine she's just a probably a guest companion, but that's it. I don't think she'll be in Series 15. I think she'll just do one episode with Shooty because I'm sure her and Shooty are like good friends in real life. I think so. They'll probably ask her on to do that as like a guest companion, and then Millie, I'll be back. I don't think Millie will leave because it's only 8 episodes, Series 14. So I'd imagine we'll have her around for another series, and then she'll probably leave after Series 15.
I wouldn't blame her if she left in the first series just because how the media went. I heard some media things saying Millie doesn't like night shoot. I can imagine that not being. Also, it happened with Uma Agyeman, with obviously being the first coloured companion.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that persuading her in a way, but I can still think she shares Happy Birthday to Shooty and stuff. So she's still. I feel like I reckon she would return if she did leave, but also the Ruby Sunday Ruby Road, is it? That got leaked.
Oh, the episode title, The Church on Ruby Road. Yeah. What do you think of that? Do you like that title? I think it's quite nice, I think. Well, we pretty much know from the leaks what it's going to be anyway, but yeah.
I've heard it before on a leak. Either you or Nerd Dan, I think.
I think we've all talked about it, yeah. All of us have kind of mentioned it. We won't go into it here because it's very plot spoilery, but what do you think of the plot? Without talking about it, what do you think of it without explaining it? Because obviously I don't want to go into that.
They called the title and the leak that, so it makes me believe the 60th rumours. It makes me believe
the split regeneration, yeah. Which makes me worried. I don't want that to be true, but
did they spoil this? But no.
I don't know how this stuff leaks out. It's ridiculous. I'm guessing staff just leak it. I think Chris Chibnall said that in the podcast that it gets sent to lots of different departments and then people start leaking it, and that's just how it happens.
They might just have to start doing what Marvel does and goes with Tom Holland. Here's your script. What you say, you don't find it. They might have to
less departments get it, and then you keep it more secret.
Or just give fake ones out.
Fake episodes, just like
What?
So I guess to wrap up, we'll talk a little about Series 1. So obviously it's now been confirmed Series 14 is going to be called Season 1. So we're doing a season reset. What do you think of that? Are you kind of happy they're doing a season reset? Are you bothered about it? Are you kind of annoyed?
What's going to happen here? I've been collecting them for series 1 to 13.
And now it's ruined.
Does it leave the 60th box set in series 13, or does it leave it for series 1? That makes it like a TV movie again. Is it classic?
Yeah.
Who knew?
It's going to be confusing to kind of reset it and all again.
I get the gist. I think, like, yes, we need to make it for a more target audience. You need to give it a fresh start, and Shooty's brilliant at that. I understand where they're coming from, but it also makes me go, we've just kind of bookended it there then with Jodie's, it feels like. But yeah, I just hope we get the transformation, because Christopher Eccleston we didn't see into for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, yeah, it would definitely convince viewers to jump on board at least. And it explains why we haven't got the old episodes on Disney Plus and stuff. But I feel like missing out. They need to put the spin-offs onto there. I hope it's just not Tales of the Time. If we get a unit spin-off, I hope they get it.
I think they will. I'd imagine Disney will be involved with like the main spin-offs, because Tales of the TARDIS was great, but that was just kind of like a little project. It wasn't funded by Disney, from what Russell said. So I'd imagine if they do like a proper unit spin-off, or the rumored Paul McGann spin-off or whatever, then yeah, Disney would have access, because it'll be much larger.
What do you think of the memory TARDIS?
I think it's a smart idea. Like companions and stuff can kind of be sent by the TARDIS. It's a bit confusing how it works, but the main gist of it makes sense. What's curious is Russell said it's going to link with Series 14, so I'm very curious what he means by that. Like, how is it going to connect together, do you think?
Yeah, also, we're doing good.
We got a comment, I've seen it. What did the comment say? I lost it.
Are we doing good? We're doing good. We're almost wrapping up on this. Yeah, we're doing good.
We're just talking about some Doctor Who. Thanks for joining. It's a bit of mess today with this stream, but we're doing quite decent with it.
Yeah, it's the first go.
Yeah, we'll get used to it. It's kind of working better than StreamYard, which is good.
Yeah, I hope they haven't cut the TARDISes in half to build this set. That's my only worry. But it looks good. It was a mishmash. I remember everyone was like, "Oh, this is the new TARDIS." I was like, "No, the TARDIS would be a lot bigger than this."
Yeah,
This is like
that. If you looked in the background though, you did see a jukebox, which is from the new TARDIS, so that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to incorporate that into the show. It'll probably just be like a gimmick in the background, probably, like it was with the custard cream dispenser, which they used like never.
Once.
And that was it. When it was introduced, and that was it.
Someone just put a biscuit rolling around the TARDIS.
Yeah, never used it.
It was like it is nostalgia. Like, oh, I know that TARDIS. Oh, I know this. So it was like,
yeah,
thing. If your background's too bright or something, you're just looking at that instead of the actors, maybe. But it was, yeah, I felt like it was done well. It also gave us more with the characters, with like Ace and Seven. You know, their sort of thing. People were a bit controversial, and the memories getting reversed as well. I heard. Yeah.
I think overall it was a nice. Have you seen all the episodes? Have you watched them all? Like the new scenes bits?
I watched the first bit, and then I was like, okay, this is just the episode. So I was skimming through.
That's what everyone did. I just skipped to the end.
At the end, I was like, okay, I just know what's the end to this.
I do wish that's the only negative. I do wish they split it up a bit more, so you had a few scenes throughout rather than just the beginning, just the end. But it was only filmed over 6 days, so it was obviously very small. You couldn't really record much. So I get it. It makes sense.
Plus, the classics are long anyway, so it's like if you even put more content in between, it's going to make it even longer. So maybe
like some of them like 2 hours long. So yeah, it's hard to watch in one setting.
Tales of the TARDIS 2 be up for it. I think there's more to do with that. I want it physical. Obviously, if it's a spin-off, I'm going to collect all the spin-offs as well. But yeah.
I've seen it as well. I don't know if you were at the event. I don't know if you've seen it, but apparently Karen Gillan said that there's a project coming up that she had to film in the UK. She had to dye her hair in ginger, and she was reuniting with someone that Doctor Who fans would like. So I'm curious if that's maybe for like a second series of Tales of the TARDIS, or even the 60th, if she's talking like in the past tense. I'm not sure if she's filmed it yet or not.
I didn't know this, but I saw her on a story. She's like, I've got dark hair now. And I was like, oh, I'm meeting her in 2 days. She's not like Amy. And then 5 seconds later, it went to ginger. I was like, oh, thank God, it's going to look like Amy in my photo.
Yeah.
Like,
So do you think she could be coming back to Doctor Who? Because they are currently filming an episode which is based in New York, like from the Christmas special leaks we've seen. So it's kind of interesting timing. It's probably not, but we can hope.
what if we just get, like, they did it in series 6. 11 was in a shop and they just saw Amy and Rory in a shop. That would be cool. I would like to see Amy and Rory just doing something and the Doctor's just looking from a distance, just
like
smiling.
stares.
That would do me, but yeah, I would love that.
Because it wouldn't make sense, because she said she's tired of here, Ginger, Amy Pond. She's reunited with someone, so that could be Matt Smith or Arthur Darvill, we can presume. So, unless it's a new project, they're just all hired in.
Yeah, Arthur Darvill said, oh, recent stuff, no. I heard him in an interview say he would be like, at the time we just finished, I wouldn't probably. He said recently, yeah, I would be up for a return now.
Yeah.
So he's up for it, maybe. Yeah, why not? She's a pop.
Either the Christmas special or maybe like a second series of Tales of the TARDIS. Or Children Need, maybe, because we know that Children Need's coming up. They could technically be that. It's unlikely. That's probably already filmed, but you never know.
Yeah, apparently there's a Fortnite game with the 10th Doctor as well.
That's been delayed apparently, but it's coming out next year now, I think.
It's a bit too late then for David.
A bit too late for them, but you never know what could happen in it. I don't play Fortnite, but it's still cool to see something come out.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for that then. But that's in like 2 years' time, we'll get that Christmas special.
Yeah, next year, 2024. So the next Christmas we'll get it.
Yeah. How are you finding? Do you think they're going to be shooty doing a third?
I think so. I'm hopeful that he'll do a third series because, especially with the episode count going down now, they'll probably want to like increase it so that he can do more episodes. So I'd imagine he'll do a third season, and then Russell's already talking about he's like getting ready to write the fourth. So I'm wondering, will Shooty stay for all of that, or is this like Russell planning for a second Doctor as well? Which very interesting.
Start writing, you can't start your son his next.
He's fourth Doctor now.
Yeah, I hope we get. I hope he does a 3, and I'll be happy if that's his bow out. But I hope he does a 4th one just to be the end all. Oh, we got a comment.
You can read that. I can't read that.
So the TARDIS gets a modern. Don't go. It's spending. Yeah, it could be the modern Doctors as well. I think that would be cool in a future project. They have Matt Smith and Karen do Tales of TARDIS and stuff. That would be cool in a way. Yeah, I'd be up for that. Chris Eccleston with Rose only. I don't think Captain Jack and him get along or anything.
No
so
chance. I think, never get that. No.
I think Chris might not even say that for the Tales of TARDIS. I think you might have to get Rose and her mom maybe for Father's Day. That would.
Jackie, get Jackie back. I'm sure Jackie would do it. But yeah, I would love to see like modern Doctors, especially Matt Smith, Karen Gillan, Arthur Darvill. Like I love that TARDIS team. To see them back just for like 5 minutes, I'd happily take that. And Peter Capaldi and Clara, or probably Peter Capaldi and Bill and Nardole would make more sense.
I can't see Peter. A lot of people are like, I believe him when he says he's done. He hasn't done a Comic-Con since. I'm like, come on.
I hope he'll come back at some stage and do like a cameo or something, because but then again he said he wants to move on, which is completely fair. Everyone views it differently if they want to come back or not.
I think as soon as you become the Doctor, you get typecast. That's always in the comics.
Every year it's in the press, this person's coming back. It happens every year. Everyone's coming back.
John Bamman will ever return, or do you think people will get angry? Bamman come back? Yes, I think people will always get angry with John Bamman. I think I would love Jack to come back personally because I love his character, but I think that's the last time we're going to see him. Hello, goodbye. I'm on his phone. He shouldn't say goodbye on the phone. I wish he had a face-to-face ending.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's because he was supposed to be a companion for Series 13, but they had to change plans. This was just due to COVID. It wasn't anything to do with the incident, but so they had to re-edit the scene, and that's why it's filmed over the telephone. I'm pretty sure because it was supposed to end with Jack jumping into the TARDIS, and then that would go into Series 13, but obviously it got cut.
I would have loved that, but changing the conversation slightly because we're wrapping up slightly, but series season. I don't know. Christopher Eccleston's one. They filmed an alternate ending apparently with Rose dying instead of the Ninth Doctor. And they apparently filmed that. I heard somewhere this year that clip was meant to be getting a re-release or something. We're going to actually see it, but I haven't heard anything since.
I remember that, but basically someone thought it was going to be released, but it was actually another clip, so it wasn't it. Unfortunately, it was I think it was a deleted scene from Aliens in London we've not seen before, something like that. But yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't. I really want to see that scene. Apparently, it was filmed because they wanted to hide it in the press, so they filmed a fake scene, which is a smart idea. I'd really like to see that, but it's not getting released as far as I know.
Damn, I'm just, but anyway, yeah.
But I guess we'll wrap up. So I guess the final question would be, what is your overall expectation for Doctor Who now? Going into the 60th anniversary, going into Series 14, are you excited? Are you not? There's a comment first, so we'll read that first.
Gwen and sending her love. It's gone again. Hold on. You know. I don't know why Eve Miles wouldn't have got written in. I know there was a little bit of beef between her and Captain John Barrowman at the time. So after that, filming that for a little bit, because there's rumour of her getting a spin-off with Kate Stewart, and obviously John was a bit hurt that he wasn't involved with that.
Yeah. I don't know if I remember it's true, because Russell recently said in one of the interviews that at the moment spin-offs are planned, but it's not the ones we read about online, which means that would kind of rule out a unit spin-off, because that's the one that's been heavily rumoured. So I'm wondering now what the spin-offs are going to be. If it's not unit, if it's not, it might be the Paul McGann spin-off. That's another rumour, but I don't know how believable they are.
Spin-off, because like, as much as Paul McGann keeps coming back, I loved it, and he teased it. I met him at a convention, Paul McGann, and he said to me, "I think we'll all be in it." I was like, he said it to me, and I just ignored it.
Was that for Power of the Doctor when he said that?
It was like a month or two before Power of the Doctor,
right,
and would you ever want to come back? And he was like, "Well, I'm sure we're all in it at some point or another, but that's just me saying that." And I was like,
Power happened, and then he all clicks in.
But I guess he didn't know I was recording that as well. But no one picked up. What was I going to say? I'm lost. Oh yes, Paul McGann spin-off. I don't think it's going to happen, because I think Paul McGann likes just coming back for little things.
Yeah.
Big one, I don't know, because he doesn't watch it. He didn't watch The Power of the Doctor. I haven't seen an interview him saying I didn't watch it. So
that's surprising. He's in it. That's surprising he didn't watch it.
He loves the fans, I'm sure, and he's very pleasant to them. But I don't think he's a fan of Doctor Who in a way. Like, he's willing to come back no matter what. Not long term. I think he likes the short term. So it would have to be a too special thing, or maybe, or something like that. Maybe.
I definitely would like to see it happen. It's like the dream scenario, because I love to see more of Paul McGann, same with Joe Martin as well. But yeah, the Mirror's reliability is very hit and miss, so it probably won't happen. I like it to be true, but I'm very doubtful. That's what I said in my video the other day. I'm just not really convinced yet at this stage, unfortunately.
Where were you again before we started the conversation? Like, where were we?
We were just talking about what's your overall opinion of Doctor Who now going forward. Do you think it'll get popular? Do you think that we're on to success here?
I think it's definitely more in the public eye, which is good. Will it get? I don't think it will bring back all the old fans, but I think it'll bring back. I think people will go see it, and it will boost up the ratings.
Yeah.
Whether it's old or not, I'm not sure, but I think we'll get more views. No offense, but I think we'll get more views than what Jodie got. I think that we're going to get a little bit, not too much. Like, yeah. I think Disney Plus deal is going to go well. They're also releasing it in China, I think. Was it Japan?
Everywhere, yes. I've seen like the Japan logo and stuff, so it's getting released everywhere, which is crazy. We never really see that much.
Yeah, the logo, the Japan, like, it's a bit weird, but, it more accessibility. I went to sixth form, and this is person who's Indian and he never watched Doctor Who. He's like, oh, Doctor Who. And I told him, oh, watch this. And he's like, so apparently he watched series 1 to 6 in a matter of like a couple of weeks. And he was like, oh, I really like it now. And he joined in the conversation. So it is possible to just, even if you're not really, and he struggled a bit with the English language. So it's like, it can be accessibility, not just to British or American people. It can be going out there,
And they're going to dub it now. I don't know if you've heard it. They're going to dub it in certain countries. So it's going to be like a voiceover translating rather than just relying on subtitles. So I'm sure as well that's going to help accessibility so everyone can enjoy it no matter where you are. You don't have to rely on subtitles if you don't speak English.
I was never a fan of dubbed stuff, but then Squid Game, everyone was on about it, and I watched it, and I thought I can get past this. It took me a while, first episode to get,
Squid Game's a really good example.
Yeah, really good. So it helped document. I think it's going to get big. It's just not as big as what it was back in the day because there's so much out there. There's so much content. People are always going to be missing certain things, but I think it's going to be a bit bigger than what it is now.
As long as the BBC are happy with it, that is the main thing. So that the show continues and it increases popularity just a little because it does feel over the last few years it's not really been in the public eye. Like it doesn't. I know everyone I know in real life, most people, they used to watch Doctor Who, but they haven't really watched it in a while. They didn't really connect with the Jodie era. So hopefully now this will get people back, and hopefully they'll stick with it. At least some of them will stick with it for Ncuti Gatwa because I think he's going to be great.
Yeah, especially like with they do. I think if they do billboards again, and my mom doesn't like watching Doctor Who and stuff, but she said, "Oh, I saw a little." That Dave Tennant doing that thing with
that's a good teaser.
I've seen Doctor Who's coming back soon. But it's even people it's not watching. It's reaching people.
Yeah.
It's thing which is good. And yeah, I think us Doctor Who fans as well, we're sharing on our Instagram and everything.
Yeah.
We're trying to convert people. We're trying to do it.
Trying to convince people to give it a chance and stuff. I have seen on Twitter, there's always so many people saying on Twitter now that they're now giving the show a chance. So it is working. People's talking about the show is getting the show trending, and then people being like, "Oh yeah, I'll watch it."
The best things are trends, and TikTok at the moment is doing.
Yeah.
I'm in the Doctor Who 60th anniversary in one picture, and the second picture
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen someone talking about it.
So they are. It's just like people who didn't watch this coming back, and there's so much out there, And if a trend is kicking off, then it's going to get more people in the public eye. Yeah.
And that's exactly what the last ever lacked. It didn't have much marketing, which meant the show wasn't trending as much. But now, I mean, it's trending all the time on Twitter because there's just so much news. Russell doing so many interviews. Doctor Who magazine is getting so much more content. It really is increasing the show's popularity. And David Tennant coming back, which is pushing the show massively.
And that's without San Diego Comic-Con, and they wanted to do that.
Yeah, that would be even bigger, but it's what it was, really.
But yeah, Doctor Who's in a safe place for now. Yeah. When Russell leaves is the big worry of mine. Is like, is Bad Wolf Studios going to stay? Is Disney going to control it, get to do that? It's like, but right now, we need to not worry about the future. Yeah. We need to worry about that we're in a safe place for now.
At least if Russell said he's planning at least 4 seasons, so that's 2027 if it's yearly seasons. So we're a few years away from even Russell leaving, and I'm just interested, will Russell do 2 Doctors? Will it just be Ncuti? I'm guessing if Ncuti leaves after 2 seasons, he'll do another Doctor. Hopefully it's a female Doctor, because I think Russell would do a good job with a female Doctor. So I hope if he does do another, that's the route he goes down, if he can find the right person.
I shall be 27.
I've got a while yet. I've got a few years away, but I'm hoping Russell will stay for as long as possible, and then after that, he'll find someone who can actually take over, because there needs to be someone put in place now, so Russell can train them up, and then they're ready to go, rather than leaving it to the BBC and they've got no idea who to go with.
Yeah, he needs to have I know it was a struggle for Stephen Moffat to do another series before he could find someone, and Chris Turnell didn't know who's taking over. So it is hard to get the next one on board. I think that's probably because of us. We taught, we did. We're making sure they know. I think it worries the showrunner into doing the job. So I feel like we're always going to be like that. So it's going to be
Yeah.
hard. We need to really just be kind right now, because we need a next showrunner eventually to take over and be happy and comfortable to do it. If they're going to be worried they're going to get attacked or whatever, or death threats or anything for just making a different Doctor Who plot,
Yeah.
you know, it's to be making sure that these are humans as well.
Because there's been lots of people who have came forward over the years and been like, they would do Doctor Who, but they're not, because the treatment online's just like not worth it. I think Toby Whitehouse said that, or someone said that they would want to do it, but the treatment of the fandom is just like too much, which is understandable. Like, you do get so much abuse these days. Not really from general Doctor Who fans, I would say other type of people, but it's still a problem that needs to be kind of like calmed down a lot. There's no need to send people abuse and speak to them horribly online. It causes nothing but stress to them.
Yeah, it's not good, but right now we're in a safe place.
Yeah.
There's plan. We got spin-offs. We're getting Doctor Who in the eye of the public, and right now we're in good. So we're going to be eating very soon in 2 weeks' time.
This time in 2 weeks, we'll be full steam after the first special, and I'm sure we'll all be talking about the show and how the episodes are. And I'm really hopeful it's going to be great 3 episodes, and then into Christmas and series 14, so our season 1 next year.
And then 2 weeks after the special, we get Nick Frost back as Santa Claus.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So before we finish up, is there any comments from like the people that are watching? Do you have any comments before we head off?
All right, we'll give you a countdown to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. No
comments. Let's just wrap it there. But yeah, thanks as always for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We're sorry this video was a bit messy. It was very. Oh, we've got one. We've got one.
What do you hope to see in the specials? We've said that if you go back, this video will end. The video will it will come out in a day or two, and it's going out on Williams here. Do some things.
It'll probably be a few days because I'll need to download it and edit it and stuff. Probably tomorrow or Tuesday. It'll be on my channel, edited a bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about it early in the stream, so it will come out again in another form, and yeah, you'll know.
But basically, I think it's safe to say we're both excited. That's safe to say. I think we both agree on that.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, thank you all for watching, and please like the video, subscribe to the Geeks Assemble. We're on his channel, so subscribe. I'm at William Who. If you want to see more of my content, come over there, check me out. I do lots of Doctor Who videos and that kind of stuff. And yeah, is there anything else you want to say before we finish up?
No. We will hopefully do this again. We'll be a bit more confident next time, because I feel like we know how to get onto them and do this now. So maybe after the specials, because we're very busy people with work and stuff, maybe after we'll come up with something to do again. But yeah,
it's hard to find time to do this stuff when we're all working and got our own channels as well. I've got to try and put a video out. But yeah, I think the streams went better, probably the best we've done yet. It's better than StreamYard. It seems to have worked a lot more fluid.
Yeah, because we couldn't record video. We had to do audio only. So now
it's working much better. So we'll get used to it, and we'll figure out how to do it better in the future, I'm sure.
So subscribe to William Who. He's almost at his goal, so do that.
Thank you. And subscribe to the Geeks Assemble, because you're so close to 1,000 now. Like, you've just got, what, 50 more to go, if I'm right, around that?
50 people. Just we're crawling there. We're getting there.
Subscribe. Make it happen this year.
Hopefully. Or if not, next year.
Or next year, into the 60th year. Well, this year after the 60th.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's been amazing.
Hope you all take care, and we'll see you all next time. See you later.